Welcome to the Cedar Valley News Podcast, where the voices of a small town meet the headlines shaping our world from the front porches and fields of Cedar Valley. We bring you reflections, stories, and questions that matter, connecting real lives to real events for faith and community. Walk hand in hand with today's headlines. This is a Cedar Valley News, sponsored by Readers and Writers Book Club.
Greetings. Welcome to Quiet Echo. I'm Teresa Nikas, and I'll be your host for today's episode. Thank you for joining me today in this pause between one week and the next. The headlines this week have been heavy: a federal government shutdown, debates over layoffs and funding cuts, political blame and uncertainty. Many Americans are wondering, what do we do now? But before we jump to answers, I want us to sit together with a different question. What holds when everything shakes? In Scripture, we read that the earth may change, the mountains tremble, but God's steadfast love will not depart. Even when the systems we depend on, governments, institutions, laws show their limits, there is a steadiness beyond them. Here in Cedar Valley, we don't pretend to fix every crisis. We don't have sway in Washington, but in our homes, in our conversations, in our quiet moments with God, we can practice the posture of trust. That posture doesn't deny the messes, but it refuses to be made anxious by them. I invite you to reflect with me on 3 anchors when everything shakes. 1. Anchor in the unseen. When institutions falter, we enter the realm of what cannot be measured: hope, faith, and mercy. These are not lesser things. They are more real than any budget or political majority. 2. Anchor in community. Chaos isolates. Quiet binds. When we gather on porches, in kitchens, in small groups, remind one another we are not alone. We carry each other when fear or fatigue comes. 3. Anchor in small faithfulnesses. Grand gestures grab attention, but small acts, listening, offering a meal, establishing routine, prayer, sustain a people over time. These are the roots that survive drought. So, dear listener, in the quiet that follows these loud days, may you ask, what holds for me when everything else seems to fall apart? And how can I live into that steadiness today? Let that question guide you in conversations, in prayer, in the way you walk into your Sunday. Let it reshape how you read the news, not by denying the brokenness, but by seeing where God is already at work even now. This has been Cedar Valley News. I'm Teresa Nikas. Thanks for joining me on today's episode of Quiet Echo.
You've been listening to the Cedar Valley News Podcast, where small-town voices meet the headlines shaping our world. From faith and family to front porches and fields. We'll be back with more stories connecting real lives to real events. Until next time, keep your porch light on, your faith strong, and your heart open. This is Cedar Valley News, sponsored by Readers and Writers Book Club.